Hello, I'm Greg Sutton, Chief Academic Officer here at Hardin County Schools. I want to welcome you back today to our next session on impacting learning and empowering students. Hopefully you've enjoyed our different segments this year. Today, we're actually sitting down with our Director of Early Childhood, Miss Carlena Sheeran. So, Miss Sheeran, glad to have you here today.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
All right. Well, since we're 6 feet socially distanced here, Miss Sheeran and myself are going to remove our masks so you can hear us a little better, probably a little more clear. And we were just sitting here trying to decide how long Miss Sheeran had been in her Director of Early Childhood position. And I think, with her being about 30 years old, just a couple years. So actually, I think she said 15 years she's been in this position. And she does an outstanding job, so we're glad to have her. While we're here today on this session, we're just going to go ahead and jump right to it. Today, Ms. Sheeran, we're talking about preschool and kindergarten registration. We want to talk about the date, location, and times for this event, preschool and kindergarten registration this year. I'm going to turn it over to you there.
Sure. Our preschool kindergarten pre-registration for the 2021-22 school year is going to be held on Wednesday, March the 3rd from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at all of our elementary schools. So any of the elementary schools, you can stop by at any time. You do not have to have an appointment, and you can pre-register your child.
Now, right now on your screen, we're going to pop up a little slide here, and it's going to say Wednesday, March 3rd, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at any elementary school here in Hardin County. Hopefully you're looking at that right now, and we want you to put that on your calendar and make sure you get out and get your child registered for preschool or kindergarten. Now, Ms. Sheeran, we do want to ask you a few questions I think are critical that parents maybe want to know before they leave to go out to their elementary school that morning. Let's start off with some preschool questions here. Okay. First of all, is there anything in particular in terms of paperwork that they may need to bring along with them in order to register their child for preschool?
So we actually would love for you to bring your child's birth certificate. If you have a physical, an immunization, an eye exam, you may bring those. You do not have to. You can still pre-register without having those documents, but you will need those documents before we start school. So all of those documents we would want for you to bring for preschool.
So if they have those and they fill out their paperwork while they're there that day, they can go ahead and make a copy and hand that over to the school at that time.
They can. We will go ahead and put them in your file, know that we've already got them. That'll be one less thing you have to worry about. The eye exam is not required until January of the school year they're in. So if you do not have an eye exam, you don't have to worry about it. Sometimes your physical, you can't get your physical until the summer because of the last time you took your child to the doctor, and that's perfectly fine as long as you have them by the time we start school.
Now, Ms. Sheeran, this may be the first time that a family enrolls one of their children in school. Preschool may be the first opportunity they've had. I'm sure each year you get some of the same questions or concerns that come up about registering for preschool. What are some of those questions and concerns we may be able to address here today live to maybe help them understand about what to ask when they get there?
Sure. I would say one of the biggest questions that I get that I can answer very clearly is, should I apply? Preschool in the state of Kentucky, you have to be eligible to attend preschool. 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds have to be eligible. So a lot of families will ask me, should I apply? And my answer to that is absolutely you should apply. Because not only can you identify whether your child would be eligible for the state-funded preschool program, we also have some other programs that your child possibly could be eligible for. And if your child does not fall into the eligibility requirements, you still walk away having some information about how your child is doing because we screened your child. And when your child is birth to 5, you don't have a lot of information, you don't have a lot of opportunities to take them somewhere and find out how they are progressing developmentally in the academic area, in the social emotional area, and in their physical areas.
It's a next question I have. I kind of make a sports analogy here. I'm a big sports fan. I see some kids and say, well, that kid's pretty good at golf. How'd that kid get good at golf? And I say, well, the kid started playing when he was, 3 and 4 years old, had access and opportunity to play a little golf and been practicing all these years, and that's how you get better. So I guess I would say, why would it be critical for parents to start their kids in a preschool opportunity, and what are the benefits and impact of this early childhood opportunity?
Sure. There's so many benefits, and the first thing I would say to parents is if you have a new baby at home, start reading to them now. Because one of the most important things you can do with your children is read to them every night. You are building vocabulary, you are building their critical thinking, you are helping them understand that a book has a beginning, a middle, and end, that their problems are solved in books. You're helping them build a love for books. So that's something that you want to start really when you are, pregnant with your child and continue as your child starts school. But when I think about preschool, some of the things that I think are so very important for children to be in school is children become acclimated to that school building that they're going to go to. So they become very comfortable in a preschool setting in the building that they will go to school in. It's also very developmentally appropriate. The way we structure our preschool day is structured for a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old child. They socialize, they make friends, they learn to get along, they learn to share. It's an academic head start, which, all of our children, really, that's what we want for all of them, is to be successful in school. And for your child to be successful in school, what you do birth to 5 is absolutely critical to their success. In the state of Kentucky, our kindergartners, every kindergartner in the state of Kentucky will take what's called the Brigance Readiness test. And in our county, we have hovered around 50% of our children come to school ready for kindergarten. And the more we can do birth to 5, the higher that percentage will be. So when you have a child that can start preschool with us and be very successful, kindergarten will feel very comfortable for them because they already know the school, they know the administration, they know their bus driver, they know what the school looks like. We do a lot of transition activities from the end of preschool to the beginning of kindergarten to help them get to know their kindergarten teacher, which can be a little bit, that's a little bit of a big transition for 5-year-olds. So we do a lot to help that transition be a little bit more simple for children.
And I think, Ms. Sheeran, you've been working on some information throughout our school district that's common to our community, things that parents can work on with their children. And if the parents wanted to access that information that would help their child become kindergarten ready, I think you have that information on a pamphlet there.
I do. Yes, I do. Thank you very much. When you bring your child on March the 3rd to register for preschool and or kindergarten, you will receive a book that's called Look at Me, I'm Ready for Kindergarten. And we really give this out to all children who are coming into kindergarten. This booklet is made for families, and it has activities based around what you're going to see on the Brigance Kindergarten Readiness Screener. So there are things you can do. We try to make it kind of simple and fun for you. Things you can do, letters where you're going to talk to your child about the alphabet, about the letters in their name, numbers, having a good balance. That's something we don't often think about. A lot of times we'll work with children on the letters in their name, maybe counting to 10, but we don't stop and think about some of the physical things too that they will need to be successful in school. And the Brigance Kindergarten Readiness Screener does assess them on that. So there's some information about that. But everybody will get this booklet. And if you stop at a school and you have not received this booklet, just ask them, can I have that booklet called Look at Me, I'm Ready for Kindergarten? Another item that you will get this year that we're really excited about, all of our kindergarten students are going to have the opportunity from the time they pre-register on March the 3rd to the time we start school, they will have the opportunity to work in a computer program called Lexia. It's a program that really does a lot with literacy. It really works at the pace that your child is at. You can put them on there for a few minutes each day and you will be surprised at how much they learn throughout the summer that will help them be prepared for kindergarten also. So you'll receive a flyer like this that will allow you to put your child's name and information down here, and then we will send you the information for an account in Lexia that your child can sign up for, and they can start working in that program. And that's a program that most of our kindergarten students will use in their kindergarten year, so your child will have a head start on that. They'll already be familiar with the way it's set up, with the way it works, and the progress that they make this summer will follow them into kindergarten. So they won't have to start back at square one. They'll pick up where they left off, depending on how much time they're on that program. So that's really exciting. And then the last thing we have for you this year, well, we have several things, but the last thing I want to talk about today is we have a kindergarten readiness Facebook page. Throughout the summer, we try to put a lot of activities on that Facebook page that you can do with your child in the car, while you're folding laundry, outside, all kinds of different fun activities that you can do that just take a few minutes of your day. And then any important announcements about kindergarten we put on this page. We remind you about the health documents you need to bring with you. We remind you about open house opportunities that you would have for your school. So this is a great opportunity. This page you will also be given, and it'll tell you that the site that you need to click on to be able to follow our Kindergarten Readiness Facebook page.
I'll tell you what, I'm excited really about that Lexia program. If there's an online program we can give our kindergarten students coming in this year and put them on, let them practice from March all the way to August next year. Talk about a jump start, a fun program that's interactive, that they can go ahead and learn some of those basic foundational skills. Thank you for that opportunity.
Yes, it'll be wonderful for them, I think.
Absolutely. Let's talk about kindergarten here for a second. We've been focusing a lot on preschool. I do want to ask, we are a transient community. We have a lot of people move in from outside the state. We have people that may not have been involved in preschool, and now they're just trying to get in kindergarten for the first time, their first opportunity for school. Anything in particular they might need to bring that's different than the preschool registration?
So one thing I will say, one really important item is the age to start kindergarten in Kentucky is you have to be 5 years old by, on, or before August the 1st to be able to start kindergarten. You do not have to start when you're 5. The state actually, the way that regulation is written, you can start if you are 5 by August 1. You have to start if you are 6 by August 1. So that's really an important piece of information for you to know. And then the items, the health items that you would bring are the same, a lot of the same things that we ask for in preschool. So a birth certificate, an immunization, an updated immunization, a physical. You will need an eye exam by January of your kindergarten year. So you don't have to have that in the summer or starting in August. You have to have it by January of your kindergarten year. But a lot of people like to spend the summer getting those things out of the way so you don't have to worry about them. So if you want to go ahead and get that, you can get that. And then a dental exam. Kindergarten students have to have a dental exam also.
Any other clarifying questions or concerns you think parents might have leading to that kindergarten registration, or do you think we covered that with the preschool?
I think that a lot of parents will ask me, just what the day is like and will their child be ready for kindergarten? And, I will say our kindergarten teachers are fabulous in Hardin County Schools. They truly do understand that kindergarten, I think, in preschool or in first grade really, are those years that we have such a wide range of abilities that come to us. We have kindergarten students that are reading. We have kindergarten students that are ready to read. We have kindergarten students that need a little bit more help in learning to read. So our teachers are so very good at planning a wide variety of lessons to meet the needs of your child. So if you have concerns about whether you think your child's ready, I would encourage you to talk to the school, talk to the teachers, because they really are experts at being able to offer the right amount of instruction in whatever your child needs, whether it's independence or maturity or social emotional as well as academic. Kindergarten truly is a magical year, and we try to make it a very magical year. One thing that's really exciting this year, on March the 3rd, when we do pre-registration, we are adding a new component for kindergartners. We're actually going to assess your child that day with a very simple assessment that we will give you a copy of. So you will know when you leave the pre-registration what your child was able to show us that they know. And then we'll give you a copy, and there may be some items on there that you'll be able to target this summer and just make it fun. Work on those in the car, work on them, when you're outside. Those will be things that you'll be able to be very aware of. And then we'll keep a copy of it, so that will help us be able to know day one, we're going to start in and we're going to start working on this, because we want your child to grow as much as they can grow to be very successful.
Parents, thank you for partnering with us. Thank you for reading with your kids, speaking with your kids every night. Thank you for asking them questions about what you've read to them, generating conversations with our kids. You know, they're our future. That's who we need to be investing in, and we appreciate your partnership in that investment. And thank you all for being here today on Impacting Learning and Empowering Students. If there's nothing else from Ms. Sheeran, we'll see you next time. Back on your screen now, March the 3rd, okay, Wednesday, March 3rd, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., any elementary school, preschool and kindergarten registration. Thank you all.